And so, ladies and gentlemen, whilst we have questions from myself, we'll also willingly take questions from the floor, and we'll ask our Hacklebrook people to bring the microphone to you. In the same vein, if you do have a question at any stage, just kind of alert me to it, because it really is hard to see you from the stage. Alert me to it if you would, and just wave or shout, and we'll come to you with whatever question you have.
Okay.
Please remember, if you do have a question, identify yourself and your organization, and direct your question to a particular panelist, or in general if you wish. First off, though, whilst people are thinking about what it is that they want to ask, why is it that we haven't collaborated like this before, for the very start of it? General question, anyone on the panel, feel free to comment.
Yeah, I'm just going to answer that. In the Event Green Forum, we're an association of 8 members. SARCI, TPSA, EXA, SATSA, FedHASA, MICE Academy, who've I missed? Rodies.
TPSA.
TPSA, I've mentioned them.
Oh.
Okay, so there are 8 associations. And we got together, 4 or 5 years ago. Greening's an industry issue. Our industry is extremely wasteful, and a lot of stuff is built up for the event, broken down and not reused. And we got together as an organization with all the other organizations. We had 2 years of politics, or maybe 3, of who wants to lead, and SARCI wanted to lead, and EXA wanted to lead, and this one wanted to lead, and Helen wanted to lead. And
Hey?
no, only joking. We went down the road, and eventually we said, listen, guys, stop this nonsense about who wants to lead. Let's collaborate. And it was the most fantastic collaboration, because we formed this organization. We've gone now, and we've got 45 or 50 other members who are corporate members or individual members in their own capacity. It was the first time we collaborated in the right way. And I think what was great about that collaboration was there was no boss in the collaboration. It was all us working together, and it worked. So it has happened before. It's an extremely successful collaboration, and those founding members are part of it. But we only worked on the greening aspect. We didn't work on anything else. And a couple of times people said, why don't we deal with BEE that way, and why don't we deal with training? We can't, because we're a greening organization, and we just want to focus on sustainability. So it can be done, but you need the right energy to do it in.
Panelists, is there a groundswell towards collaboration now beyond the greening event, the greening issue? Do you think it's needed? And have we been too big and too diverse?
Sorry, I know I'm going to take the platform, and you're probably going to knock me
watch
down
you,
here.
I've got my eye on it.
I think greening is about education, to be completely and totally honest with you. I think a lot of the people don't, from a corporate perspective or from a venue perspective, or when you're running an event, you don't really understand what waste, okay, how much waste. And I think it's really about going out there and educating the market around what is greening. And I can tell you now, from an international perspective, South Africa is way behind. Internationally, they are so on the mark when it comes to greening. So
but without minimizing the importance of green, let's go back to the overall, if you will, bigger issue of the fact that this industry as a whole is not collaborating effectively. We've got different associations, different organizations. Much with the speakers, there's very little collaboration going on.
Yeah.
We're all pulling in different directions.
I think maybe if I can just put my 2 cents in, I think as an industry, we're quite precious about our stuff and our things and our people. And I think it's taken us a long time to realize that we can't do it on our own, and that we need to engage with each other in order to make the industry better, to have it recognized at government level, to have it recognized as a contributor to the GDP, as a professional industry.
To be fair, Lauren, and I'm not going to single you out rather than anybody else, but as you spoke up now on that subject, how much literal communication, collaboration between SARCI and all these other bodies takes place? Or are you engaged in your own affairs, developing your own particular remit?
To be fair, probably we do, obviously with EGF, because we're one of the founding members.
Yes.
ICA to some degree as well, but for the others, a little bit TPSA lately, but not much, and it can definitely be improved. But we do collaborate a hell of a lot with EXA, which is the Exhibition and Events Association. They're kind of our sister association. And of late, SARCI, EXA, and AFIA Africa, which is the Festivals Association, have actually formed a professional body under SACWA. So there is some, it definitely can be improved.
A lot of people doing a lot of different things, and it still sounds to me a bit sporadic. Yes. Rudy, you wanted to come in there.
Yeah, I think it's also part of the growth that we've experienced, especially in the last 10 years. You know, when we came into the new millennium, everybody's going on about this communications age. You know, that's where we're at the moment. And it's quite true. We don't manufacture as much as we communicate.
And you do that very well, though.
But it's something that the Greeks organized 2,000 years ago, and here we are doing it. There's a stage, there's an audience, we speak, you listen. Does it matter if I'm doing Shakespeare
And
or if I'm
hopefully
talking about
contribute as
this?
well, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I mean? This is still the prime communications medium.
Yes.
And that's why this whole industry of ours has exploded like it has. And now literally thousands of people have come into this industry. Everybody is eking out their own little existence. I've got a client here and I've got a client there. I can make a couple of bucks here. This is great. I'm doing fine here. Not yet seeing the value of the associations. You know, before this explosion, this industry was countable. And you could actually phone all the members and say, listen, guys, can we get together? Because I'm having a problem here with insurance. Are you going to? Yes, we are. Well, let's get together and find one good supplier, and let's all get proper insurance on this. Do you know what I mean? So we could do that. Now, I'm quite convinced, I think there's about 10,000 staging companies out there. It has grown to that degree. There's no way you can contact these people. They're on their own. Until such time as they understand the value of having an association, that automatically will lead to the association talking to each other. Because we as a TPSA, we address the technical side of it. We need stages, we need lights, we need sound, we need all the technical stuff. That's what we pay attention to. We don't pay attention to accommodation. Why? There's people that do that. Do you know what I mean? But the accommodation people, they don't give a hoot about what the stage looks like. Exactly the same thing. Now, however, it's becoming pertinently more and more important that this has to mesh.
Right.
We need to understand each other, understand each other's shortcomings or their needs, and how do we slot together. And you know what? Association is the only platform we can do this in. This proves the point.
Excellent. I'll come to you in a moment, Helen, if I may, but Ellen, before Helen.
That
You
is-
limited your membership.
Yes.
You didn't want more than 30
Because we want the cream
PCOs.
of the crop. And that's why we started the PCO Alliance, because there's some of our members are SARCI members, and they don't talk. The industry doesn't talk. And that's why we started this. We network. We're not an association. We network. If we need help, then we email each other. We are like a family. We've been going 9 years. And we network and we go out there. The venues, they want us. And it's just amazing how the PCO Alliance has grown, and we keep our membership to 30.
So you got it selfishly. Helen, come in there, please, and then I'll take a question from the floor.
Why is EGF so successful with that amount of member associations as founding members? There's only one particular reason, and that reason is that it's a level playing field. Nobody's in greening, so they can all work together. But for the rest, it's totally fragmented. And why is it fragmented? Because there's vested interests. There's vested interests as far as their committees are concerned. There's vested interests as far as their particular objectives are concerned. On the other side is the members themselves, where there are members who don't understand, in many instances, what those associations are for. Because a lot of them will tell you, when you ask a member, why are you a member of that association? Because it's the only platform that I can go to and network away from being at the same place as a potential client. So you can shake your head as much as you like, but that is the bottom line. That is what it's all about. And until such time as you get an association that is going to turn around and have the same kind of understanding of an EGF, you're going to continue having that fragmentation. That is the biggest problem, and that is the challenge in particular. And it can be done. And it does work. Works for many, many associations. Why does it work for a lot of associations? We are talking here on this platform, Michael, with suppliers and services to the industry.
Yes.
We are not talking about the decision makers and the end users who decide that they are going to have that event. That is primarily in South Africa the difference.
I understand.